Hello! Today we're going to be talking about lighting up a kitchen with recessed lighting. So it's not too dark, but not too bright. The first thing you're going to need to know is your kitchen layout, because your kitchen cabinet layout is going to be driving the location of all your lighting. Because what we're going to do is figure out working areas, because you're going to want a recessed light to be over each working area. For us, on this side of the kitchen, we'll have 3 work areas. Right here, we have the kitchen sink, and on this side will be a working area with the granite countertops, and over here underneath there's a dishwasher, but on top of the dishwasher is also granite countertops. It'll be another working area. So we have 3 working areas right here, which means we're going to need 3 recessed lights to give them proper lighting. Now, to place these recessed lights, what we're going to want to do is find out the center area for our working areas. With us having 3 here, we're going to use the top cabinets as a guide for center. So we're going to have one light centered right over this cabinet here, which will be over this work area. Between the spacing of these 2 cabinets, we have the opening for the kitchen sink. We're going to center another light right between here. And then also with this upper cabinet on this side, boom, right in the middle, we'll have another recessed light right above us for that working area. Now, we got the lateral, I believe, spacing figured out. How far should the recessed light be spaced off the wall is very important. So, if you space it too close to the wall, what you're going to end up with is a shadow from your upper cabinet. Most cabinets like we have here are about 12 inches deep. So, if the light is centered 12, 13, even 14 inches off the wall, when it turns on, it's going to cast a shadow from this upper cabinet down to your work area, which you don't want. The entire goal is to reduce all the shadows that you can possibly have from all the different angles. Now, also if you space it too far out, let's say if you did it like 30 inches off the wall, what's going to happen is, while you're standing here doing your work, the light's actually going to be behind your head. So you're going to be working in your own shadow, which is also not good. So to find the perfect place, what you're going to do is you want to measure your bottom cabinets, which most of the time are 24 inches, and then add about 1 inch because your countertops will hang over about 1 inch. So for us, we have 25 inches off the wall, which will be the perfect location for a recessed light. That way, when you're working there at the countertop, the light is going to be coming down directly in front of your face, hitting the work area in front of you and lighting it completely. Now this side of the kitchen is pretty straightforward and easy to do because there's 3 straightforward work areas. Now, let's look at the other side of the kitchen. On this side of the kitchen, we also have 3 work areas. We have a range and microwave going here, and then we'll have a countertop on either side. Now your range, of course, is considered a work area, so we'll have a light centered right here, and have a light centered on this cabinet, and a light centered over on this cabinet on the far side. So, right overhead, another 3 lights for us to light up that work area. Now here, in this big opening, let's see if we can get a better shot of this big opening. There we go. This is where our refrigerator is going to go. Which might be thinking, you should do another can light or another recessed light right above this area. However, that's not needed for a refrigerator, at least in my opinion, because when you open your refrigerator up, the lights turn on for you and it lights itself up. So having a recessed light over your fridge is a little bit excessive, and what that can cause is over lighting of your area. So our kitchen behind us here is about 11 feet by 10 feet. And if we put another recessed light there, it could also make this area feel like a stadium because it'll be so bright. So by taking that light out and letting the fridge be its own light source, it gets it down to a more appropriate level of brightness. Now that we know where our recessed lights are going to go, let's talk about how to actually get them laid out on the ceiling. What you're going to need is a handy dandy 360-degree laser level. For us, we got this one right here, which is super handy to have. We've been using this for 3 or 4 months now, and it is a 3-laser, 360-degree auto leveling laser level. So what it means is it can do pretty much everything you need a laser level to do. But what's really cool about this one and why I really like it is, 1, simple to use. Just got your 2 buttons, for your horizontal and your vertical, and then one on and off switch. Not a whole bunch of extra doohickeys and whatnots you gotta worry about and how they work. And also what's good to look for whenever you're trying to pick one of these out is that it's rechargeable. You don't want one that takes batteries, because then you always gotta carry extra batteries with you. And on the plus side of this one even, that rechargeable battery comes out, because this is what's gonna go bad in your tool, is your battery. So by the fact that it comes out, it means you can replace this and not replace this entire thing whenever it does die. And one more cool feature is the bonus bag. It comes with a nice carrying case, which is super handy, because whenever you have a tool that's kind of sensitive like this, you don't want it just to roll around in your truck or your trailer, because then it'll be getting damaged and you gotta buy a new one, and that just sucks. But when you have this case that comes with it, it's all foam lined. That way you can put it in the back of your truck and not worry about it being destroyed whenever a hammer falls on it by chance. So now that we've got our laser level, let's get to using it. What we're gonna do is take our measurements that we talked about here. So the first one is that 26 inches of how far we need to space that recessed light off the wall. And what we're gonna do is measure 26 inches off the wall on the floor and make 2 marks in 2 different locations of the same distance. It's important, you need 2 marks for this to make sure you have a straight line for your lights to go on. And then what we're gonna do is figure out what the center point is between that workstation that we're talking about. So for us, the workstation is 27 inches long. So we want our recessed light to be at 13.5 inches. That'd be right dead center over that low work area. And then we take that on the floor, draw it out, and make a mark 2. Now we have our 3 marks for this one recessed light. What we're gonna do is put down our laser level, turn on our 2 vertical laser lines here, and line it up. So one line needs to be lined up with those 2 marks at 26 inches, and the other laser needs to be lined up with that 13.5 inch mark we've made on the floor. And what this is gonna be doing is transposing that measurement we have on the floor to the ceiling. So if we trace that laser line across the floor, up the wall and to the ceiling, we can see we have a nice little X. And that is the exact center point of where we want our recessed light to be. Now to mark this, you could use a pencil, but I prefer to use a nail punch because it's a lot more accurate when you have a textured ceiling than trying to make a mark with a pencil. So you line up your nail punch on the X and just push it on through, and that will give you a little guide hole for your drill to start with. And now that we have our area marked on the ceiling of where we want our recessed light to be, we're gonna use this cool tool right here. This is a tool designed just to make circular holes in ceilings to do drywall. You can use recessed lights, you can use running ductwork, whatever it is, but what is really great about it is it has this little clear trough that will make a seal on the ceiling. And then with your drill, you can push up on it and your drill bit will start cutting right into the ceiling and making a nice circle for you. So there we go. Now we have a well-lit kitchen using 6 recessed lights over our 6 different workstations, spaced out correctly so it's not too bright or too dark in any one area. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something. If you have any feedback at all, go on down and leave a comment in our comment section. You can ask questions, you can give us, your thoughts and feelings on how we did. Maybe we could do better next time. So please share your thoughts. Also like the video, and if you have a moment, subscribe to our channel. That is very helpful for us. Whew, got that out finally. So thank you once again for watching, and that is a wrap.